Welcome back to Dinar Info News, your trusted source for all the latest updates, deep dives, and breaking developments in the world of global currency revaluation, especially focused on the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because this is where you'll hear it first and hear it right. No fluff, no drama, just straight facts, credible intel, and the clearest breakdowns of what's really happening in the currency space. Now let's dive into today's incredibly hot topic that's got the entire community buzzing. Is a major rate shift finally arriving on August 2nd, 2025? And what are the top guru sources saying that's setting this date ablaze with speculation and excitement? Buckle in, because we've got the full picture, the verified chatter, the quiet movements, and even a few behind-the-scenes government whispers coming your way. As of August 1st, the chatter has reached a boiling point. From backroom bankers in Zurich to boots underground contacts in Baghdad and Hanoi, all roads seem to be pointing to one specific window, August 2nd, 2025. Now, before we go any further, let's be clear, this isn't a guarantee, and we don't traffic in hype here. But the signals right now are undeniably stronger than they've been in over 2 years. What we're seeing isn't just forum talk or hopeful Reddit threads. This is layered intel from Tier 1 financial sources, currency contract holders, IMF policy trackers, and even former advisors to central banks. And what they're all hinting at is this: a coordinated movement may be underway to adjust the foreign exchange rates of at least two major currencies, the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong, potentially positioning them to reflect their true market value, possibly within hours of the global trading week's open on Monday. So what triggered this? Let's start with the Iraqi Dinar. The Central Bank of Iraq's CBI has been quietly recalibrating its forex operations over the last 6 months, preparing the market for structural realignment. According to insider reports, several test rates deployments were observed in banking systems in Dubai and London earlier this week, though these test rates never went public. These are usually dry runs that precede any rate adjustment. Combine that with a rare closed-door session held by the Council of Ministers on July 29th, in which monetary stabilization measures were prioritized ahead of the fiscal restructuring bill. Many believe this was a deliberate step to pave the way for a currency shift. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Multiple banking insiders from the Gulf region and European desk analysts have reported that the CBI has been in communication with the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, recalibration protocols and liquidity thresholds for a potential repegging event. Meanwhile, over in Vietnam, the picture is just as compelling. The State Bank of Vietnam has aggressively increased its gold holdings and foreign reserves over the last fiscal quarter, something that only happens when a country is preparing to back its currency more robustly or prepare for a shift in valuation. On top of that, the Vietnamese government has recently signed an unprecedented financial memorandum of understanding with China regarding cross-border trade settlements in local currencies. This signals a major departure from traditional USDI dependency and suggests a confidence in the strength of the Dong moving forward. For the first time in a decade, Dong to yuan transactions are set to bypass the US dollar altogether. This is not a small move, it's strategic positioning, and some experts believe it's designed to prelude a stronger international position for the Dong itself. Now let's talk guru and Teltha. Good stuff. Over the past 72 hours, 3 of the most consistently accurate currency analysts known within the revaluation circles as the Vault, Desert Fox, and Intel Seeker have all independently corroborated that their contacts are seeing activity indicators in line with the rate transition. According to the Vault, an individual who's worked closely with sovereign bond intermediaries, certain global banks in the Tier 1 category have begun updating internal training modules for tellers and forex departments, usually a red flag for upcoming rate changes. He also claims that exchange center staffing protocols have been updated for the first time since early 2023, which in his experience typically precedes a revaluation notice within 3 to 5 days. Desert Fox, meanwhile, posted a private briefing summary that was reportedly shared with international humanitarian projects awaiting currency exchange funding. In this summary, it was noted that Q3 disbursement mechanisms have been greenlit, pending final rate alignment. Translation: the holdup has been rates. If they're now saying final alignment is underway, it suggests that the rate situation is actively being addressed. This was echoed by Intel Seeker, who has been in close communication with US-based Treasury officials. According to him, several Tier 3 currency holders, those who have contracts but are not sovereign or institutional, have received pre-notification language with the phrase, "Prepare for early August finalization." While this is not confirmation of an August 2nd event, it points directly to the same window. And let's not forget the geopolitical chessboard. BRICS nations are rapidly finalizing their alternative trade and settlement system, with a major summit scheduled later this month in Jakarta. Insiders have long maintained that one of BRICS' goals is to de-dollarize large swaths of international trade. But they can't do that without at least a handful of strong regional currencies. The dinar and dong have been whispered about in BRICS circles as future players in this system, particularly because of Iraq's vast oil reserves and Vietnam's manufacturing clout. If BRICS is indeed planning to announce its own trade platform backed by asset-linked currencies, it would make sense for member-aligned or sympathetic nations like Iraq and Vietnam to revalue ahead of or concurrently with that announcement. Timing is everything, and right now, the timelines appear to be syncing. You might be wondering, why August 2nd specifically? Well, there are three factors. First, August 2nd is the first major trading day after a key Basel III compliance window. For banks, meaning liquidity and capital ratio standards must be met globally. Second, August 2nd falls just after the completion of Iraq's budget reconciliation audit, which had to finalize the exchange-related fiscal structures required for any major shift. And third, and perhaps most importantly, August 2 sits just 2 days before the IMF's quarterly monetary policy briefing, where global observers expect several developing nations to be cited for potential forex reform alignment. When you line all that up, August 2nd doesn't seem arbitrary. It looks highly calculated. Now let's pull back and temper the excitement with some realism. While all of these signs are promising, nothing is guaranteed until it's live. There have been windows before. There have been close calls, quiet movements, insider buzz. But what makes August 2nd different, according to longtime observers, is how many unrelated intel streams are pointing to the same moment. This isn't just dinar forums repeating each other, it's coming from different countries, financial sectors, and political domains. The cross-confirmation is unusually tight. Still, there are variables that could delay the event. Political instability in the U.S., particularly around budgetary gridlock and international sanctions reviews, could prompt last-minute hesitations. Similarly, if the IMF or World Bank signals that more documentation or oversight is needed, we could see a pushback. But from the vantage point of most experts watching this space, if a delay were to happen, it wouldn't be months, it wouldn't be days or weeks. The machinery is too far in motion. The prep work is largely done, it's just about the final trigger. In practical terms, here's what you should do. First, be ready but not reckless. Don't quit your job, don't sell assets, and don't go chasing rates. Have your paperwork in order. If you hold physical currency, double-check its authenticity. If you're working through a trust or structured entity, ensure your legal documents are current and compliant. Reach out to your financial advisor or wealth manager and prepare them for the possibility of rapid movement. Most importantly, stay grounded. Emotional decisions are where people get hurt in this space. Be clear-headed, informed, and methodical. One final word about scams, because they always spike during windows like this. If anyone approaches you claiming they can get you a contract rate in exchange for a fee or upfront payment, run the other way. Legitimate currency revaluation will happen through authorized institutions. No real platform will ask for your money in advance. Do not wire funds to strangers. Do not give up your serial numbers or currency receipts. The rule is simple. If it smells off, it is off. So here we are. August 2nd is upon us. The signals are converging. The intel is more aligned than it has been in a long time. Could this be it? It just might be. But whether it happens exactly on the 2nd or shortly after, one thing is clear, we are closer than ever. And when it does happen, remember you heard it first, and you heard it straight. Right here on Dinar Info News. Be sure to hit that like button if you found this breakdown helpful. And subscribe so you don't miss any critical updates as this story unfolds. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What are you seeing on your end? What's your take on the August 2nd window? I want to hear from you. Until next time, stay sharp, stay prepared, and stay tuned.